Education Society, redefining excellence.
Good afternoon, friends, and respected sir and ma'am. We are here to discuss about a topic of valuation of a building in middle of an area. My name is Prasanna Rahul Chittore, and I am from Jil Polytechnic Naresh Civil Engineering Department. My group members are Akshay Chunilal Shaha, Suraj Shrikant Ninave, Abhijit Ramprasad Dete, Rishikesh Vikas Vashilkar. So, guys, what do you mean by valuation? Valuation is nothing but it is a simple technique of determining the present value or price of a property. For example, you can take a building, a factory, or any civil engineering structure related to it. By using valuation, you can find the present value of it. So, guys, here are some purposes of valuation. The first purpose of valuation is buying or selling properties. When it is required to buy or sell a property, its valuation is required. Second point, taxation. To assess the tax of property, valuation is required. Taxes may be municipal tax, wealth tax, property tax, etc. And all taxes are fixed in the valuation of the property. Third point, rent fixation. In order to determine the rent of property, valuation is required. Rent is usually fixed on certain percentage of valuation. For example, as you know, 6% to 10% of the valuation. Fourth point, security of loans. When the loans are taken against the security of a property, its valuation is required. Fifth point, compulsory acquisition. Whenever the property is acquired by the law, compensation is paid to the owner. To determine the amount of compensation, valuation of property is required. Sixth point, insurance. Valuation of is necessary and essential to determine the insured value of property for the purpose of fixation. Premium insurance valuation is required. 7 point, partition. Market value has to be divided into the property according to the shares of the owner in case of partition. 8 point, assessment of stamp fees. In case of the newly built property, the income tax authority used to calculate the total expenditure incurred to construct the property of compensation of all income tax by the owner.
I am Abhijit Dete from this group. Here we are seeing some definition. Cost. Cost is actual amount of insure in producing a commodity. In case of civil engineering, cost of property equal to land cost plus construction cost. Second, price. The cost of commodity plus profit of the manufacturer is termed as price. In case of civil engineering, price of property equal to cost of property plus profit of contractor. Third, value. The corresponding exchange of one commodity to any other commodity is termed as value. Value of the property means its worth or utility. Depreciation. The loss in the value of property caused by its use, life, wear, tear, and decay is called as depreciation. Method of calculating depreciation: straight line method, constant percentage method, sinking fund method, quantity survey method.
Hi, I am Suraj Ninave from this group as well. Today I will be explaining some methods regarding the same topic. First method is straight line method. This is the method useful to calculate depreciation of the property. In this method, it is considered that property losses is its value by the same amount of every year. It can be also defined as annual depreciation, which means original cost minus scrap value divided by life in year. Second method is constant percentage method. In this method, it is used to find depreciation of the property. In this method, it is considered that property will lose its value by constant percentage of its value in the beginning of every year. It is also defined as P equal to 1 into S divided by C, in which S represents scrap value, C represents original cost, and H life of the property in years. Next is sinking fund, and it is defined by an amount which has to be kept aside at fixed intervals of time out of gross income, so that at the end the useful life of building, the fund should accumulate to the initial cost of property, which is called sinking fund. It can be defined as I equal to S into I divided by 1 plus I raised to n plus 1. In here, S equals to amount of sinking fund, I is rate of interest in decimal, n the number of years required to create sinking, and then bigger I is equal to annual installment required. For example, calculating sinking fund for JCB of 28 lakhs, which has life of 10 years, rate of interest is 6 percent, and assuming 10% scrap value. Here we will calculate it by scrap value being 10 divided by 100 into 28 lakhs, which will give us the amount to be 2 lakh 80,000. So then S equals to original cost minus scrap value, which means 20th lakh minus 2 lakh 80,000, which will give about 25 lakhs 20,000. Then S equals to S minus bigger I divided by 1 plus S raised to 1 minus n minus 1, which will give us the value of 19 lakh 11,087 rupees.
Hi, I am Rishikesh Vasilkar. I am from this group and I am going to explain quantity survey method. In this, one of the most useful and widely used method in which the property is studied in detail and loss in value owing to the physical deterioration is worked out. The amount spent or to be spent to modernization or important changes so as to offset obsolescence is worked out. Year purchase, the figure which is multiplied by the net income gives the capitalized value of a property on the material date of valuation is called as year purchase, YP. Year purchase is equal to 100 upon rate of interest is equal to 100 upon I, whereas I is equal to rate of interest in decimal. Example, calculate the value of year purchase for a property if its life is 20 years and the rate of interest is 5%. For sinking fund, the rate of interest is 4.5%. Solution, here R is equal to 5% and R1 is equal to 4.5%. Year purchase YP is equal to 1 upon R plus SC. SC is equal to coefficient of sinking fund is equal to R1 upon in bracket 1 plus R1 minus 1 is equal to 0.0319. YP is equal to 1 upon in bracket 05 plus 0319 is equal to 12.21. The value of year purchase is 12.21.
Hello guys, myself Akshay Chimla Shah. I am also in this group named as C04 of Civil Department. So let's start with these given numericals. The numerical question is, a building is constructed at cost of rupees 4 lakh. Calculate the monthly rent of the properties. So now let's start with this given data. The first given data is the cost of land, which is rupees 1 lakh, and the second one is returns expected on the cost of land is 5%, and the third one is returns expected on the cost of construction is 8%, and the fourth one is repairs and maintenance outcomes or returns are considered as 0.5% of the construction cost, and the others outgoings returns are expected as 20% of the gross rents, and sinking fund is considered as 500%. So now let's start with the solution. So the solution is divided in 6 steps. So the first step is to find the net return on the land cost. The net return on land cost is find out by 5 divided by 100 into the cost of land, which is 1 lakh rupees. So our answer is 5,000 rupees. Second step, to find net return on construction cost. So the net return on construction cost is find out by 8 divided by 100 into the cost of construction, which is 4 lakh rupees. So our answer is 32,000. Third step, to find repairs and maintenance. So repairs and maintenance is found out by 0.5 divided by 100 into cost of construction, which is 4 lakh. So our answer is 2,000 rupees. Fourth step, we have to find the net rent. So the net rent can be found out by adding the net return on land cost, net return on construction cost, and net returns on the maintenance and repairs cost plus sinking fund. So we have to add 5,000 plus 32,000 plus 2,000 plus 500, which is 39,500. The fifth step is to find out the gross rents per annum. So other outgoings are considered as the 0.2x. 0.2x indicates the 20% of the gross rent, assuming gross rent as x. So gross rent equals to net rent plus outgoings. So x equals to, which is considered as the gross rent, equals to 39,500 plus 0.2x. So we have to shift this 0.2x, which is on the right hand side, to left hand side. So our answer will come as 0.8x equals to 39,500. So here 0.8 is in multiplication, so we have to shift this LHS 0.8 to RHS. So we have to divide 39,500 by 0.8, which gives us the gross rent per annum equals to 49,375 rupees. So sixth step is to find the gross rent per month, which is can be found by dividing by 12 to gross rent per annum, which is 49,375 divided by 12, and our answer is 4114.58. We can say it as 4,120. Therefore the monthly rent of property is 4,120 rupees. So thank you guys for listening our presentation, and all the best.
Seal Education Society. Redefining excellence.